Welcome back to Frosty Feet Cards. We have a SGC submission reveal for you guys. These are cards we didn't feel would gem with PSA based on grading criteria. So we sent them to SGC for the best results.
All right, welcome back again, guys. Back-to-back days. So today we actually have another reveal. This is actually from SGC, I believe, just because it arrived in a USPS box. We've been waiting for a while now. I think a month and a half is typical turnaround time, unless you're going at a faster level. We actually have another card coming back from Kevin that we did the other service level, $40, and literally it showed up that day, and then it was like the next day I got a notification it's on its way back, started graded. So I'm excited to see that. But aside from that, thank you guys for all the messages on frostyfeetcards@gmail.com inquiring about my services, combination of what I do, what you guys get. Also, a lot more people reaching out about custom labels. Big shout out to Mag Pros over there. Kim, thank you for referring folks over to me as well for the labels. If you guys haven't seen those slabs, one-touch slabs with a window for the labels, check it out. It's great. I love the product. I'm not affiliated. I'm not getting a cut just by saying this stuff. I just really appreciate those guys over there. But either way, aside from that, this sub has a lot of PSA slabs. So combination, Jackson and Sam, you guys had sent a bunch that are like vintage. And then I know Steve, you had sent some that are more modern. So we're going to take a look, see what the best opportunities are, and hopefully we do well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and turn this thing around. All right, guys, so we got a few cards. Let's go ahead and go through them, and I will talk about anything I remember, and then you guys know the drill. So first one here is a Jerry Rice rookie card. This is for Sam and Jackson. This was actually in a PSA 8. My initial thoughts was that it was slightly overgraded. Plenty of edge chipping, corner wear, also paper loss. Centering was pretty nice, though, overall, and the eye appeal, too. So I thought chance of dropping, but realistically, an 8 was also in the sights. This one we did get an 8. This one's in the sleeve. I think they always sleeve the first and last card, but there you go. So it's a nice cross there to the same grade, and there's not really much difference between 8s, I guess, between companies, but good experiment. Next one's a Steve Young. Same thing. This was also a PSA 8. I felt the same way. I thought likely 7 to 8. I did feel that PSA was a little generous in all of these older cards, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. All right, we got an 8 on the Steve Young as well. So pretty much the same there. Next one's a Ricky Henderson, 19, I think the second year, 1981. So this one was actually a PSA 9. I thought it was overgraded as well. Just a combination of paper loss, chipping, edge issues. But overall, eye appeal is pretty good. I thought you might drop a grade, but we'll find out. We've been done pretty good so far. Some we dropped a little bit more, grade and a half. So went from a PSA 9 to a 7.5. People do say that SGC does grade like older cards a little bit more tough, but like I said, this is kind of one of the first experiences we've done with older cards, so we'll see. Next is a Wade Boggs 1983 Topps rookie card. This was actually a PSA 9 as well. I thought it was slightly overgraded once again. I thought you might get a grade drop. There's no big issues outside of edge wear and corners, so let's take a look. And this one we got an SGC 4 somehow. Hey, it might be taking on some of PSA stuff, but there's no damage to the card that I see, so no wrinkles, no creases that I can see, no discoloration. This one might simply just be a odd mistake on their end. Yeah, no creases, no wrinkles, nothing like that. So very interesting. Can't say I've experienced this with SGC before, but there you go. Next one here is a Ricky Henderson Topps rookie. This was in a PSA 8 as well. I thought it was a little generous as well, maybe by a grade as well, but we'll find out. The Boggs is interesting. So, wow, we got a SGC 3 on this one. And once again, the first thing I look for a lot of times on this is additional damages that weren't present. I don't see any wrinkles or creases on this card. Corners are nice. No color loss. Back centering is actually really good, especially considering SGC's 55-45 as well. Corners are sharp. I don't see any kind of weird bumps or waves either. So this might just be a simple regrade again. But I know we've seen this with PSA before, but I don't think I can attest to ever experiencing this with SGC. So this is a first. All right, we'll talk about that more. Next one's a Griffey upper deck. This is also for Sam and Jackson. This was in a Beckett 8.5. I thought it was severely overgraded. Top edge had a big chunk missing. I thought this was likely going to be a lower grade as well. And we did. We got a 7.5. So everything's pretty much been in line except for 2 cards. The Boggs and the Hendo so far, which is very interesting. We'll have to take a deeper look, but I don't see any wrinkles or creases on either one of these to justify a 3 or 4. All right, moving on. Next one. This is for Steve. This is actually a Patrick Mahomes rookie. This was actually in a PSA 6. Now, did the card look like a 6? I thought it was slightly better. So we thought we'd give SGC a shot, but after seeing the last couple ones, just going to cross my fingers. I thought you might get a grade bump on this one, to be honest. And we did. We got a 2 grade bump on this one. So it went from a PSA 6 to a SGC 8, while this one went from a PSA 8 to a SGC 3. Next one, same for you as well, Steve. Travis Kelce, rookie. Same thing. This was a PSA 6. It was probably the cleanest 6 I've seen. I didn't think it was going to get a 9 or anything like that, but I thought it was at least near mint. So sent it off to SGC, and we did. We got a 9. So this went from a 6 to a 9. This went from a 6 to an 8. It just shows you guys like it's very subjective across the board, because you can send this to Beckett, you'll get a different grade likely, and you'll send it to Tag, you can get a different grade. So realistically speaking, it's really about like just what you're most comfortable with labels. If you're chasing grades, obviously it's going to determine on multiple factors. Obviously, there's not one super reliable source at this point, just based on this. But at the same time, SGC has been very, very good for the most part. This is probably the first time I've had some interesting results, so we'll see. Next one here is a Patrick Mahomes Sunday Spectacles. This is for Anthony, and this one we sent to SGC for a 9 or better. So corner issue as far as that goes. I didn't think it'd be less than a 9. I thought if there was going to be a chance to be better than 9, it'd be with SGC. And this one we got a 9, so there's that. Next one, also a Shea Gilgeous Alexander. This is also for Anthony. And this one we sent it off to SGC as well for a 9 or better. It wasn't going to get anything better than a PSA 9 due to a corner and small surface issue, but SGC typically is a little bit more generous on this. And this one we did. We got a 9.5. So we were close once again, just with the grade bump, at least a guess. Same, another Shea. This is also for Anthony. Another card that I thought would be 9 or better just because of a corner. So SGC, once again, typically a lot more friendly as far as these kind of bumps go. And this one we got a 9.5 as well. So congratulations there. Next we have here is another Shea. This is for Anthony again. Acetate card. Plenty of scratches on this one. Light chipping as far as the edges go on the backside. So typically it's going to be a 9 or better. 9 with PSA. SGC is going to give you that oddball chance of getting a little bit higher maybe. So 9 or better. And this one we did get a 9 as well. So, really makes me consider these two to revisit. Everything else I think I'm pretty happy with. Next one here is a Nolan Ryan 1980 Topps. This is for, man, I should have sent this back today, Tim. This is for Tim over in Kansas. Sent me this PC card. It's pretty decently clean. I like the card. Normal issues as far as where it goes on the edges and corners. Very minimal. Should be near mint. I thought it'd be 8, maybe better. This one we got the 8. Next one, also for Tim. He also has a Ricky Henderson rookie. And this one, I thought it was pretty decently clean as well. Back centering a little bit far off. Front centering was decent. Minor issues as far as, well, not minor, but normal issues, I should say, as far as corners, edges go as well. This one I thought would likely be a 7. Maybe a little bit worse, but should be a 7. And we did get a 7. So I'll have to compare these two side by side. And I know which one's which just because of the centering measurement, so it's also important to also make sure you guys do if you're submitting multiple cards for people. But a 3 to a 7, and I can tell you that, at least from here, we'll have to look under the scope. First glance, there's really not a whole lot of difference. Next one is Tom Seaver. This is 68. This is also for Tim. This one was a very nice eye appeal on the front. Back, you can see it's almost to a point where it's miscut. Back centering is terrible. Corner wear, where some corners aren't existent. Vibrant colors as far as edges go. Minor chipping as well, and some minor surface issues, but the coloring is really vibrant. I thought this would likely be like a 4, maybe a 5. And we got a 4. So there's that. So if I compared the Boggs to this one, that's just... Interesting. We'll have to take a look again at a deeper level, but I don't see any creases on the bugs to warrant anything. PSA's 9 was over, I think, but SGC is definitely under. So there you go. Next one's, this is for Stod, Marcus Mariota, PC card. Same thing. Thought we'd send this one off to SGC for the best grade possible. It's going to be a 9 or better. I do believe this is a National Treasures. And we did. We got a 9 with a 10 auto. Corners. Next one, another Mariota. Same thing. This was going to be a 9 or better. I believe this is an autograph as well for you, Stod. This one, I believe it was major surface issues in my opinion. And this one, we got a 9 with a 10 auto as well. So right on. Next one, In Motion, Brandon Marshall. Sent this one off to SGC because of corners and also quite a few surface issues on this card as well. 8 of 25. Thought it'd be likely a 9, maybe better. And we did. We got another 9. And this one, this is actually mine. It's a Deion Sanders Pro Set rookie that I pack pulled from a $1 pack, and it looked pretty clean. Small fisheye and a white corner is why I did not send it over to PSA, but I thought SGC, we might have a good shot. So I was looking at probably 9.5 or better. And this one we got a 10. Same with Joe Montana. I just really like this card when I was a kid. More for nostalgia, not really money purposes, but same thing. Same issue. That's why I didn't send it off to PSA, but 9.5 or better. There we got the 9.5. So there we go. For the most part, I would say that we did pretty well in comparison to what we thought. Really, I guess it's only 2 cards that did not pan out the way that we had kind of expected, but at the same time, they're just so far off that I'm very interested to find out what's going down with this. So either way, Sam, Jackson, I will catch up with you guys. Everybody else, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions as far as like how to just maximize your grades with the companies, feel free to let me know. Feel free to reach out. Obviously, I'll answer everything to the best of my abilities. If you guys need any work in terms of wipe downs before you send it off, full inspection videos to see what you might get, happy to kind of share that as well. It's kind of what I do. Saves you money in the long run. For every 15 cards somebody sends, probably basically only send maybe like 30% of the cards over based on the expectations of the cards once they're okay with it. And generally, everyone's happy. But sometimes we have situations like this. Not often, but we'll definitely figure this out and see what's going on with them. But I appreciate you guys. Once again, if you need anything, frostyfeetcards@gmail.com. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Cards, yeah, we keep it tight. Willie Mays, Clemente, we shining so bright. Sandy Koufax, Hank Aaron, legends never die. As we reveal the grades, we reach for the sky.